All right, welcome back to Conversation Convo Combos. I'm your host Brian and my co-host Mike.
Yo. Um. So yeah. Um. Gonna take you a little ride on my rocket ship.
Memory
Memory
lane.
lane. That didn't sound too right, but yeah, we'll just stick with memory lane. Memory lane. So gonna take you back to the future.
Gotta check my flux capacitor.
Check your flux. And so we'll go back because you got to start from the beginning before you go to the future.
Correct.
So, we're gonna go over memories. Bounce back and forth. If you got a memory, go ahead and just jump on in. I guess I'll lead off. I was going through my Facebook and I was scrolling through. I scrolled all the way to the bottom. Finally got to the bottom after my several pictures of my wedding, the zoo,
All
I
that
went
jazz.
with my dad, New York, all that. Bells and whistles. Got to the bottom, saw the picture of Johan sleeping in his overalls, and you with your thumbs up.
Shirtless with my camo cargo Hollister shorts.
Yeah,
I miss those shorts.
yeah. But that was a big thing back then was pictures.
Yeah, pictures and videos. We made a lot of videos. I remember Samson.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. When we took Samson to the park. Oh my god, dude, that was crazy. It was cute and funny seeing how playful he was and stuff like that, especially when we put him on the freaking little the park equipment, whatever like that. And he's like looking down the slide and he's like, like kind of like wondering, he's like, can I go down this? And then I pushed him. Yeah, I pretend to push him. He's like, oh shit. He's just
remember the diaper?
Oh, dude, that was that was fucked up on Ray's part. That was actually near his house.
That was right at the park. It was next to it, though. It wasn't like in the park. It was next to it because there was a trash can there.
Yeah, it wasn't the one that was literally right next to Ray's. Oh, okay.
But there was a diaper next to Ray's.
Oh, jeez.
But people didn't care. People don't care around that area.
No,
but,
unfortunately.
Yeah, because freaking Ray took like a stick or something and hit it, or like kind of tried to flick it or whatever, and then got Samson's attention. He ran over, picked it up, and started running with it. And Joel was like, Samson, no, stop! Put the diaper down! And it was like so bad, but it was like you couldn't help but kind of like
laugh,
chuckle a bit.
Yeah,
but it was like you felt bad and you were like, stop, like. But
or when we were still at that other park, when we threw something. I think it was like a plastic bottle or whatever like that. And then Johan was just like, no, don't throw that. He'll eat it. And then he just picked it up in his mouth and he's like, it's mine now, bitches. Yeah. He just started frolicking. I'm like, damn it. I'm like, seriously, give me it. And he's like, juked you. I was like, no.
And then he'd literally run and then start actually like chewing on it, trying to eat it. And you're like,
I'm like, you motherfucker.
Or when freaking it was us and Ray and we were all sitting at the park, just chilling, relaxing. It was like the weekend, and freaking Samson came over and was sniffing us, and then he went to go sniff Ray, and Ray said, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he went to lean back. And Samson walked even closer and stepped on his balls and crushed them. And he's like, "Oh, Samson, your dog is hung up." And we're like, "It's okay, Ray. You got 3." And then, man,
he loved grass.
He loved grass.
He loved grass, and he loved eating leaves.
Man,
always loved just like chomping down leaves and just. I'm like, you're eating more leaves, you fat son of a bitch.
Makes you wonder how he's doing.
Like, yeah, I know, for real.
Because I know he had that accident with his eye.
With his eye,
that knife fell off the counter
and
got him in the eye. But, I mean, he made it. He lived through that.
Yeah.
Got the eye patch, but wonder how he's doing. Or, I mean, I know dogs don't live as long as humans, but
unfortunately.
But
I think oh yeah, when we were all skateboarding.
Yep.
And we were still getting used to it and stuff like that.
The countless falls.
Yeah. Oh my god, so many falls.
Then,
I just remember always having like music in the background because I always like would have like my speaker and stuff like that. And we was playing Far East Movement. What's that song called? Rocketeer.
Yeah, Rocketeer.
Yeah.
I remember.
That was a fond memory because it was like, it wasn't too hot and it wasn't too cold. It was just right.
Perfect.
And we were just riding down the hill. Oh, man.
I remember, freaking, we'd be outside of Ray's practicing and, freaking, what was it? He would be playing music. We'd open up his windows and play music right out that front room to the sidewalk, and then we were skateboarding. And then progressively over the years, he got a new neighbor, and freaking, I'm sure you remember this lady. I don't know if you encountered her because at that time I don't know if you were like if you came over that often or what, but it was Dinosaur Breath, and freaking that's what Johan called her. And what Ray called her, and it was his upstairs neighbor on the second floor. It was before Noel moved in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That other guy who does all the sweeping.
Mm-hmm.
So we were skateboarding, and she literally came down and said, "You're being too loud, and you're disturbing me." And da 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 da. She was like going like Karen level like 10, like she prestiged Karen, like she made Karen, yeah. She literally like there's no like she maxed out like all her stats for Karen. Like
I'm telling you, it's funny too because that's literally like the sound effect it would do when you're like like. It's just like proceed.
But yeah, and then I remember she came down because we were skateboarding in the back or something. She said, "I'm gonna take those boards. I'm gonna fucking break them." And then she was all up in like Matt and Johan's face, and freaking because Johan was skateboarding, Matt's like, "What the fuck did I do? Like I don't even skateboard." And freaking her breath like hit Johan in the face, and he's like, "Dude, your breath stinks. Like you need to like clean your mouth." And she like got pissed, and she was like, he's like, "Dude, get out of my face. Like if you get in my face again, I'm gonna slap you." He's like, "Because you're threatening me." And finally she like stormed off and left and went back upstairs. She didn't last long though.
Yeah.
She was out very quickly. And then the guy Noel moved in, which he was a trip freaking. But
yeah, he
and then how about I know you remember the time Ray with the skateboard when he laid down.
Oh
you
yes.
told me earlier.
Yeah. When back when Jersey Shore was a thing, he was like riding on his stomach in the house on his skateboard. I was just like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? He was like, "Durr. And then another time too when it was the same day too, like I don't know what made him want to do this, but he decided to try cat food. I was just like, why? Why would you do the dry cat food? The dry cat food.
I've done dog treats before. When Saphira was around, we tried dog treats.
I've never.
It was freaking terrible. Don't.
He's like, I don't.
There's no like.
I don't recommend it.
I didn't like chew it. I just stuck it in my mouth, and I was like, I'm like, this is salty, and tastes dry. I'm like, I don't know how. I feel bad for dogs and cats.
For real. At that
I'm
point,
like, is this what we're feeding them?
It's like, oh god, no. Yeah. I'm trying to remember. We have a couple skateboarding.
Or we got the cemetery.
Oh yeah, when we were
Snowing.
when we were biking in the cemetery, and then we went down that very steep hill in the cemetery, and we freaking rolled past freaking something. I still don't know what the hell that was.
It was a fucking beaver.
It was a beaver?
Yeah, it was a beaver. We thought it was a raccoon because we rode by and then freaking someone shouted. I can't remember who, but someone shouted. And then someone shouted, oh, it's a raccoon, get it. And then freaking Ray was like, no, it's a beaver. Get it. So we started riding towards it. I don't know what we were thinking. Like, we were going to catch it, and then what?
Yeah.
And then it dove into a hole, and then we never saw it again. And we were looking around, and we couldn't find the hole. Finally, we found it, but it was, like, super small and deep. And we were like, yeah, no. Who knows? So we got out of there.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you remember the one with the snow on that.
Oh, yeah.
It was like in the same area, but there was like a slope, but it was covered with trees.
Yeah, but I don't think we biked during the snow, but we were on foot. Yeah, and we were just messing around. Yeah. And we were climbing up on it. Yeah, I still remember it was like all of us just trying to make it up the hill and stuff like that. And then I was like telling Joe, I was like, oh, help me. He's like, all right, come on. I'm like, thank you for realizing your mistake.
Oh, yeah. And then you pulled him down.
I pulled him down. He was like, wait, what? He was like, no. Oh, man.
And then I think it was either Johan or Matt. No, I think it was Matt. He came up and he like grabbed my leg and started trying to pull me down. And then he got a hold of like my freaking shirt and started pulling himself up. And I went, I started trying to elbow him and he slid down a little bit. And then I took my foot and pushed him and he like went, burr, burr. And then he caught a branch and he was like, oh. And then Ray was like, no one's come for me yet. And then freaking someone threw a snowball on him and he freaking fell and he slid and hit his groin on a tree branch and he was like, oh.
Oh man, that was mad funny.
And then the countless trips to the mall in the snow.
Oh yeah. Especially the one where we went to go meet up with Caitlin and Gabby. That was, I mean, for us it was like fine because we didn't really care, but for Ray it was a womp womp moment for him because he was just like, he's like, dude, what the fuck? Like we walked all the way down here and shit like that, and we were just like, oh, it's like, dude, it's whatever. I mean, we still got a walk out and we walked all the way.
Like at the time we were like, yeah, whatever. But I mean, in his eyes, it was like he was going for this girl.
Yeah. Which
now I look back on it and I can like understand. Because if I was in his shoes, I'd be the same thing. I'd be like, dude, I don't even want to be here anymore. Like,
yeah.
So, but, and then, didn't you lose your phone that day?
Yeah. Freaking my Metro piece of shit phone. Yeah. Fucking brown bezel, whatever like that on the bottom. And like, yeah, fucking just remember walking and somehow it slipped out of my pocket and couldn't find it anywhere, and I was like, fuck, I have no idea where it is. And then everybody started calling it, and then eventually Johan, he looked in the snow and he's just like, hey, he's like, I think I found your phone. And I was just like, oh shit, that is my phone. He's like, yeah, I just saw this brown little dookie thing vibrating in the snow. And I was just like, oh man, I was like, thank you.
And then I remember the time we were going to get Typhoon when it came out. It was at Walmart. So we were riding, and so we're cruising on our bikes, me, Ray, John, and Matt. I don't think could be there because he was working. And I can't remember. I think you were busy or something. But we went to Walmart. And I was like, because I told Johan, because, I mean, they knew how obsessed I was with Mountain Dew back then. I was over the top back then. So as soon as one came out, like as soon as I knew it was coming out, I was going to like any Walmart I could get to or any store that I could get to instantly and buying as much as I could. So we all brought our bikes. And so we're riding and we get to the the bridge. And so we're getting ready to go over the bridge, over the highway to the other side to Walmart. And So we're going. I see this like box looking thing. It's like a square box. Looks almost like a pizza box. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna kick this. Like, what the hell? Like, it's in the snow. Watch the fly or whatever. And then I thought about it and I was like, no, I'm gonna just ride past it. So I rode past it. Next thing I know, I hear this loud like metal bang, clang or whatever, and then I hear freaking Ray scream, and he's like, I think I broke my fucking leg or my foot, and I'm like, what the hell? I look back and like Ray freaking slid and fell. He stands up and he's like holding his foot, and he's like, then he gets back on the bike slowly, and he's like, okay, I'm fine, but he's like, that freaking hurts, and I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I'm glad I didn't kick it. And he's like, I thought it was a box. I'm like, I thought it was a box too until you kicked it. And then we kept riding, and then freaking we got to Walmart, and then I got 4 freaking 2 liters of the Typhoon, 2 on each handle. Freaking Ray got 2 liters for him because he didn't want to carry 4 because he was like, oh, I'm not carrying that much on my bike.
Yeah.
Because you guys got mountain bikes, I got a little BMX bike. And we're like, well, you chose to have a BMX bike.
Yeah.
And freaking Johan got 4, and then so he had 2 on each handle. I had 2 on each handle, so we cruised home. And freaking, then, remember, the pizza across the street? We would always go and get a huge, large pizza. We'd chill, play Call of Duty. And freaking, we actually even recorded it on the
yes,
iPod
we did.
Nano. And freaking,
I need more shell.
and then freaking Ray was like, oh, Brian, you're gay, you're a faggot. And you're like, shut the fuck up, Ray, you can't even fucking play the game. And he's like, oh, I could play the game, then why the fuck you just sitting there recording us, you pussy? And he's like, oh, shut the hell up. And then freaking, what the hell? It just went on and on. Actually, it reminds me of our YouTube channel that we tried to make way back when, like, just after Facebook started and, like, YouTube was still a bit fresh.
The Manchester Riders?
Yeah. It was supposed to be Manchester City Riders, but me being the only techie savvy person back then, with the exception of Ray being good with, like, the classic Nintendo stuff, but I was, like, tech savvy with computers and, like, downloading stuff and all that. And so, freaking, I was like, oh, I'll set up our YouTube channel. We'll get it all set up, and then y'all just worry about the recording part, and I'll upload it.
Yeah.
And so, freaking, I went to type it, and my dyslexia freaking went into overdrive, and I missed a letter and put Manchester. But yeah, we did a lot of recordings of skateboard videos for that. We freaking did videos of like just random shit.
Yep.
And that's what it was supposed to be called, was random shit, but we called it Manchester City Riders instead. And
yeah, because I don't think you're allowed to have like profanity titling.
Yeah. And then not only that, but then we thought about it and we were like, well, we don't want to, like, we want to get as much audience as possible. We don't want to limit it to, like, adults only or whatever.
Right.
And at the time, we were still kids, too. So we were like, we want to be able to, like, have our friends watch it and stuff like that. And yada, yada, yada. But anyways, so that reminds me of, like, some of the videos we'd record. Freaking the Big Boobs video.
Yeah.
It was freaking this basketball hoop setup toy thing that I had in my room. Finally convinced my dad to let me bring it over to Ray's to keep it there because it'd get used more. And so we took the basketballs, me and John stuck them in our shirt, and we're over here bouncing like big boobs, and we're like, yeah. And then we start bouncing closer to Ray, and then Ray's like, dude, fuck up. Okay. And then we start, like, squeezing in between, like, between me and Johan, and he's like, dude, can you fucking stop? And then freaking he smacked me, like smacked the ball, like the basketballs. So I I lost excuse me. I lost one. Looked at you and you were like, oh, and you started recording and it just plopped out. And then freaking I'm like, Uniboo.
I was like,
And
no.
you're like, no.
No.
It was just like, oh my gosh. And then there's also the Mountain Dew chair I made. Remember
Oh, the throne.
the throne.
The Mountain Dew throne.
Like I asked Sierra, she's got to pull up the picture, because freaking I had just started dating my wife at the time. We were just dating, and we were like talking. We weren't even like, I guess we weren't even like officially dating. It was just like talking, and we were getting ready to start dating, and I had heard that Pitch Black was coming out and it was going to be at Walmart. And so I took her car. I said, we need to go to Walmart. And she said, I don't want to drive to Walmart. I said, well, I'm like, if you'll still let me drive, I'll drive. And she always let me drive, even though I didn't have a license at the time.
Yeah.
She was like, I trust you because you're clearly a good driver. You know what you're doing. And you've been doing it for months, countless months, and you haven't been pulled over. So you just need to get your license and suck it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I know. So went to Walmart, and then basically got all the soda, like all of it off the shelf. I mean, all of it. There was like an end cap of it, grabbed it all, stuck in the carriage, and then freaking who was it? Who was with me? I'm trying to remember. I think it was Joe. Was it Johan? I can't remember. Someone was with me. And no, it was Matt. I think it was Matt and Ray. I think.
Yeah, because I definitely wasn't there. I was just there for the aftermath because I got over, because I finally came over and I was just like seeing, what you guys were up to. I opened up Ray's door and I just look over and I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, is that a throne of Mountain Dew? And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, what the hell, man? I'm like, when the hell did you guys find the time to buy all of this? I'm like, was this multiple trips? He's like, nope, just one old trip. I'm just like, dude, well, Jesus.
It all started because I was like, dude, I gotta buy this. Like, I want it. And it tastes good. Like, I had already had one, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, I like it. Like, I want it. And so I was like, let me get it. Mind you, I had never tried it before, except for that one.
Yeah.
So I was like, it was like a godsend for me, of course. Because if you've never tried something, and not only that, but it wasn't as common at that time. Whereas later it became like, this is horrible. Like, I've had it so many times. It's so common. But anyways, we went into the Walmart. I grabbed a bunch of cases off the shelf. Like, literally, I grabbed, I think 5 or 6 cases. And pretty much the shelf was cleared out. And there was an end cap. And so we went by it, and Matt went, aren't you going to grab the ones on the end cap? And I said, don't tempt me. And he said, no balls. And I don't know if you're familiar with the no balls between me, Matt, and Ray.
Yeah.
But whenever they said no balls, of course, Ray, toned it back, way back, as it got later. He was like, I don't care. No, I'm not doing it. But it used to be one of us would say no balls to the other, and you basically go through with it, or it gets held against you for the longest time. And so I was like, I had the money. I didn't have any responsibilities. And I was like, and it wasn't going to break my bank.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, it was going to break my bank, but it wouldn't put me broke.
Right.
Necessarily. So I was like, fuck it. I said, come on, let's load it into the carriage. And he said, dude, it won't fit. And I said, Ray, go get another carriage. And Ray's like, fuck me. And then he went and got the other carriage. And then we loaded it in. And then freaking Sierra was like, "Where are we gonna fit all this?" I said, "It's going in your trunk." And she said, "I don't know if I'll have room." I said, "I'm like,
You're gonna make room.
I'm gonna fit it. Like I will fit it." I'm like, you challenging me on that too? Let's go.
We're just breaking all the challenges today.
I'm over one. I got one.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I ended up grabbing them all off that end cap, filled the second carriage, and then I asked. Matt was like, "Oh, well, what about out back? They might have some." I said, "You find me someone and ask them, I'll take them." And then so he actually did. He like walked, and we were like, "Dude, Matt, you're not gonna find anyone." It had been like several minutes, and he finally found someone and asked them like, "Hey, can you go in the back and see if you have any more of the Mountain Dew pitch black, and we're gonna buy some." And then so the guy went out back. Oh, excuse me. And I think he found like 2 or 3 more cases. And he's like, "We just got like 2 or 3 more cases. Did you want them?" And then he's like, "Yeah, he wants them." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take them." Freaking loaded them in the carriage. And then he's like, "Okay, we don't have any more until the next truck." So we freaking left. And then freaking Matt was like, "You just bought out Walmart from all their limited edition soda." And I'm like, "Yep, that I did." And Sierra's like, "You guys are freaking stupid." And I'm like, "It's Mountain Dew. It's my drink." And so we loaded it into her trunk, and I like organized it and got it all in there and closed the trunk and got it to fit. And then we all hopped in the car and freaking left and went back to freaking Ray's, and we started unloading it. And I left. I brought in a majority of them, but I left a bunch in her car.
Yeah.
And so I made the throne, and I was like, I went out to her car a couple times because I had to grab a couple more to finish the throne.
I still don't even know how the hell you made that throne precisely like the way for it to be a throne. I'm just like, dude, this is just wow.
But after I made the throne, there was still more cases. So I was like, I'm just going to leave them in her car. And she literally, for like months, she was like, "I can't get rid of these cases of soda." She's like, "I've been literally asking people if they want them and giving them out." And then after that, people start saying they don't want it anymore because they're tired of it. Because I've already given them like 2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't tell you, I don't need any more. I built my throne. Like, I'm like, I bought them all. I achieved my objective of, no balls. I'm like, and I built my throne. That's that. So, but
he completed his objective.
And then
yeah, that was never gonna forget that.
Yeah, but a lot of memories, a lot of flooded memories. It's definitely hard to just put a finger on one particular memory.
Yeah, because there's just like so many, so it's like really hard to like narrow it down.
There's like super funny ones, and there's ones that are like somewhat funny, and then there's ones that like lead into like good memories, but you're like, then you start remembering some stuff. You're like, I don't really want to remember that. Like,
yeah,
goes into the bad memories. I mean, there's the cookouts that we've done. We've done countless cookouts.
Oh yes.
I mean, I know you're hyped always for our cookouts.
Oh yes.
I try to do them as much as possible. I wish I could do more than one a year.
Yeah.
It's typically one a year is what I do, but I mean, it's hard when you don't really, in the situation I'm in now where I don't have an area where I can do a cookout necessarily.
Yeah.
But, and then, because I could buy a grill, but then I gotta like put it somewhere. And then you saw the rain today. Like,
yeah,
imagine if you had a grill out there today. Like, that thing would be waterlogged and then rusted.
The thing would have been swimming.
So, but yeah, no. And then, freaking when you were over, it was at my house, and my stepmom was cooking. She was grilling, and freaking we were chilling. It was me, you, I think Ray and Johan, and you were just like pigging out. I was pigging out, and freaking everybody was like, Ray had like one hot dog and like a hamburger. Johan had like one hot dog and a hamburger because they like had one each, and then that was it. You had two hot dogs and like two hamburgers, and you had some watermelon and some corn on the cob, and like
I'm trying to remember what else I had that day. I just
there was
know
like
it was
potato salad and pasta salad.
Oh yes, I remember the potato salad. Yep.
And it was like, and then didn't they tell you like, oh man, you're eating too much?
Yeah, they were really trying to give me ish about like the amount of food that I was eating. I was just like, dude, like it's a cookout, like you're supposed to eat, like. And he's like, yeah, but like, dude, like you're eating a lot. It's just like, dude, but it's like it's food.
They told me to.
And it was like what's the problem? Then like you came out from left field and you're just like, dude, like who fucking cares? Like shut the fuck up. Like let him eat. Like there's plenty of food. It's like just because you guys don't feel like pigging out or eating doesn't mean that the rest of us have to suffer. Yeah, and then they kind of like just shut up after that, and it's just like, yeah, dude.
Because I was pissed. Because I was like, dude, you ain't even hosting it.
It's just like, why is it even happening?
Like, I'm the host, and I'm not even cooking. Like, the food's being provided by someone else. Like, that's like walking up in the mall and you see someone, like, buying, like, 5 or 6 of an item, and you're like, dude, like, can you chill? Save something for the rest of us. It's like, dude, it's a store. They don't care. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, you grab as many of that item as you want, bring it to the counter. As long as you pay for it, you're going out that door with the receipt.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
I mean, and that reminds me of like drinking. Like we would, like, remember the watermelon, and then the what was it? The blue raspberry freaking
Hawaiian punch,
and then that mishap. I know we talked about it on
our last podcast.
Last podcast, or not the last one, but one of them. Anyways, and actually, that brings me to the thought of we're going to change this episode up, or this podcast up, and
do a shout out
to
Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine apple pie. Now, I've been dying to try this out. Mike was one that he introduced me to. It was the eggnog one.
Yep,
correct.
We did an eggnog one, and
I still feel like till this day
there is a chocolate one. Now that I think about it,
I just don't know what specifically it was called. I believe it was like a chocolate brownie or something like that. I know it was something chocolate, but that thing was just, it was so damn good. It was definitely a liqueur that they had in their stock. They have really good varieties of flavors. I was tempted to picking up the strawberries and cream one, but I might pick that one up tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a little sad about the price because it's like $35 for a jar.
Yeah,
kind of makes you wonder if it's really worth it. But when you taste it, it's just like,
God. I will vouch. It is worth it.
Yeah.
They are worth it because they hit the flavor so perfectly, and you could probably, like, literally you drink like a glass like this of it with some ice, out of ice. But anyway, you drink about a glass of this with some ice and you put it in there, it's the perfect amount because that gets you perfectly buzzed. It's like a perfect, not like, buzz, but it's like a buzz, like you're a little above the buzz and you're like, ooh, like I'm gonna relax.
Yeah, because I know the straight normal one, that one was, I think,
the clear.
Yeah, the clear one was definitely like, the percentage was a lot. Wow, this is actually 35%.
Yeah, they're not
70 proof.
I mean, they're it's the proof. It's 70 proof. That's not even like the highest. Like, that's timid. I mean, there's higher proofs and higher percentages. I mean, shit, you saw me. I bought gin. Excuse me. And stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember. What was the
Let
one
me
that
see.
I had?
They got
Bombay, something
15
like that.
years legal, 153. It's clear. Moonshine. You got apple pie, blackberry, hunch punch, lightning. You got blue flame, white lightning, strawberry, orange moonshine, moonshine cherries.
Oh, there was one I saw
peaches.
there that they had orange dreamsicle one.
Yep.
I saw that and I was like, oh damn, they got orange dreamsicle.
They even got the whiskeys. They got Applejack brandy. They got salted caramel whiskey, blackberry whiskey, mango habanero whiskey.
Wow.
So they got a bunch, and then they don't even list all their moonshine ones because they got some on here that aren't even listed. Oh, here we go. Moonshine pickles.
I saw that one.
Hot and spicy moonshine pickles. Moonshine pineapples with pina colada. That doesn't sound bad. Moonshine mandarins. Banana pudding. Cream,
yeah, I saw that one.
Mountain Java. Butter pecan. I think that was what it was. I think it was the butter pecan.
Oh, okay, like yeah. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah.
Orange creamsicle, white chocolate strawberry cream, some beach, key lime cream, lemon cream pie, shine nog, which is the one I usually get, chocolate peanut butter cream, brownie cream moonshine, original. Brownie.
Yeah, I think that's one of the other ones I saw.
Yeah, sour raisin berry, sour watermelon, margarita, lemon drop, peppermint, cantaloupe moonshine, and then last but
certainly not least,
ginger shine moonshine, and I'm sure they will come out with more. But yeah, so that's, I mean, sorry to talk everybody's ear off.
It's just giving off the listening.
That's just the list. But go ahead and break the seal on that baby. You need help? You need a man to open that?
Jesus Christ.
Brianna, you need me? You need me to... There you go. Give it a smell.
Whew. Damn.
That you got a punch, but you could smell it. You smell that apple pie, but you smell that punch.
Oh.
But yep. So this is the
trying to pour it correctly, but there's no precise way.
That's the hard part.
Don't have to wipe that down.
Oops. I guess my phone's not that important. That's on the floor.
All right, give this a nice zip.
Ooh. Ooh. That smells mad good.
Wow. Tastes amazing.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's just like I remember it. Like, it's strong in the taste, like instantly apple pie.
Yeah.
Instantly. And then you're like, but you also feel it in your nose that, like, the percentage through your nose.
Oh, yes.
And then you feel it kind of go down, like, slowly. So it's got a little bit of a burn, but it's like not
as
it's not
severe
as bad as like
Bacardi. Wow.
Yo!
Because I knew instantly where you were going with that, because I was just like, if we're going to go for something that's a hard punch, then definitely a Bacardi. Which is funny because that's like basically the typical like Puerto Rican drink that we would normally have is a Bacardi.
Now the thing with these is when you get into the flavors where they're clearish, so you know how you see it's like you could relatively see through it, or it's like kind of like a honey.
Yeah.
It's like
kind of like a honey like syrup type
like
of look.
a syrup kind of look. Those I feel like are a lot harder to drink like casually. Those you have like that you'll be doing shots on for a long time. But something like the chocolate one that I had, though I can't even remember. We just got done saying it. But brownie
butter pecan.
Butter pecan. Yeah, butter pecan. The one that butter pecan, dude, dangerous.
Yeah.
Utterly dangerous. Like so bad. It's the same percentage, the same proof just about, but it's so smooth.
So I definitely had bought one myself, and it was the brownie one. I remember now because that was in Rhode Island, and
Yeah.
I send you a picture, and then you were just like, oh yeah, it's like we have those down here. It's like I got one also, and I was like, oh, like which one do you have?
Like,
Then you send me a picture, but I was like, oh okay, I'm like touche.
Yeah. And then just the countless of them because it's so common around here because, well, Tennessee's right over the border.
Yeah.
It's literally like a 3-hour drive tops. But, no, and then, but no, that's really good. And, speaking of Tennessee, we got to totally go to, 32 Bridge.
Yes.
Meet Brian and,
Definitely.
try some of their stuff. I mean, Nashville.
Yeah, well, what's this beer called again?
2-Lane Road.
2-Lane Roads. Do you know if is it like an ale or is it just like because I wonder if that's like an ale. If it's an ale, it's fine. Or not an ale. Sorry, I meant to say like IPA.
No, I believe it's an ale.
Oh, okay.
Let me look it up real quick. Everybody's like, "What is this dude doing? Why is he changing it?" Let me. And everybody's like, "Black screen. What's going on?" Oh, here we go.
Just doing some investigation.
2-Lane Road. No, not the song. This dude doesn't even know how to search. 2-Lane Road. There we go. 2-Lane Road seltzer. 2-Lane. That explains everything. Mike, you gotta learn how to search for it. It's a seltzer.
Oh, well then.
I don't know why I had to Google that. I should have known it was the seltzer because most of the stuff sold at concerts is seltzers.
Yeah.
Which is funny because being a seltzer, it makes you wonder why they wouldn't.
I mean, they pretty much call those wine coolers.
Well, why wouldn't you sell? I mean, to me, I feel like he should try and push to try and get them to sell his 2-Lane seltzer with the other seltzers that are sold at the venues.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, what's the difference? It's a seltzer, and he could just give a percentage of the earnings to the venue. He could be like, we'll split it 50-50. Like, it's my alcohol. I made it. You didn't have to make it. You're literally going to make 50% off of the alcohol that I made by just selling it.
Right.
Your vendors literally just have to sell it. So, and it would probably sell a whole lot better because people who are going there are going for him. And on top of that, why wouldn't they buy his beer just like his merch? It's literally like merch. Like, people would buy that and then keep the can, rinse the can, and then keep it and be like, I'm not throwing this away.
Yeah.
But some people just do it just to,
True.
But, yeah, no. I think that's almost just about it.
Yep.
I mean,
that's pretty much it.
Did Back to the Future, and then we floored it to the present and did a Moonshine drink kind of review. Not really. I mean, it was good.
Yeah, no, it's definitely good.
Not for
I
the
love
weak-hearted.
I love the flavor and the taste is very spot on.
If you're looking to get buzzed and really feel good, go for it. If you got a low tolerance and you get buzzed off of wine coolers, it is not to be taken lightly. This will put you
Not for the weak heart.
Yeah, this will put you on your ass. I could tell you if my wife drank this, she'd be gone. She would be gone. She'd probably be like, acting all goofy, and then not even probably a couple minutes later, or 10, 15 minutes later, she'd be like, I got a headache, and then fall asleep. But, yeah, I mean, do you have anything you want to throw out there before we do an exit?
No, I think that should do it.
All right.
We will be back with you guys as soon as possible.
Next week.
And see you guys soon. Peace.
Almost Christmas.